and welcome along and welcome back to No Man's Land. I'm just surveying my farmyard a little bit for, well, what it is at the moment. We have a bit of a problem on here. So I've been doing a bit of research since the last video and discovered that there is no collision on this lake. So it is impossible to fill the water from this lake, unfortunately. So, as a result, we've got to place a water tower. Now, I've had a look at a few hydrants and things. Nothing really worked or sat well or anything like that. So, we're going to put in one that Alien Jim has actually included with the map. That is found here under containers. And it's this one here, which is quite cool. And I like this. And I want to kind of place it on the edge of our, space here. So that we got this. Trouble is, it's £3,000. So the only way I'm going to get around this water problem is to borrow a little bit of money. I didn't want to. We were getting to the point where the farm was self-sufficient enough to not have to do it. But if we're going to get our greenhouses working over there, we're going to have to do that. So what we're going to do is we are just going to borrow 5,000. It'll take us up to 330,000. But will give us that crucial money we need to get things moving forwards. I'm very much trying to not rely on borrowing money going forwards. Now, the closest I can get it to there is there without changing it. Or without turning on the toggle free mode. So we could turn that off. And that would do that. But we'd need flat land first. And you can see here that it's ever so slightly not. So I'm going to go there. It raises it up a little bit on this corner here. You can see here. But we'll just smooth that out quickly. So back into the construction, landscaping and the smooth tool. And just give... Oh, we're standing a little bit close to it. I don't actually like that about this tool, is the fact that if your character is standing a little bit close to it, you can't actually do the job. But we'll just smooth that edge out there a little bit and just make that work a little bit better. And then we go and have a look at it, and yeah, that works much, much better. And now we've got a nice water tank here that we can use and we can play around with. Also gives us a little bit of money to play around with building our yard. So we might have a look at doing that a bit today as well. There's a couple other jobs. We need to start looking maybe later at getting our... getting our grass seeded. We do need to get that into that field, and that will probably be a good job to do today. I'm not sure we actually have any seed. We may still have some seed. So if we've got some seed, we'll get that going as well. But I wanna do that. I also want to get rid of one of our weights. We established last time really that 1100 weight is a little bit big for this tractor. And we actually don't really need it. It's not a weight that will be useful to us going forward. Now we have that 650. I also want to have a look at how we build the yard out around here and how we bring everything together. So that's something I want to look at today as well. And then we may be able to skip the last day of March and go into straight into April and keep things moving here on the farm. Let's open up the cog on this and refill it. There we go. Now, very tempted. I was tempted to just bring this in and then cancel out the money because of the lack of collision on the lake here, but I think we're basically just going to say this water tower is how we pump the water out of the lake here, and then can we not close this? Okay, so you can open it but you can't close it. That's interesting. Let's bring this around then. We'll head back out here and round this way, so that we can go and fill up the water and get our greenhouses working. But yeah, so that's basically how I'm approaching it. We'll try and repay this this extra 5,000 that we've borrowed as quickly as possible. I want to get this loan down, and at the moment we're just sort of increasing it quite a bit, and that's not overly helpful. I also want to see how much water that our greenhouse here takes, because ideally what we want to do is maybe just fill this up every day and see how far it goes. Wow, that is not much water. This will do 15,000 cycles a month on the tomatoes. 1,536. Yeah, we're gonna need to probably do 2 or 3 of these water tanks today to get this started. But I'm gonna do all of these products because I want to produce as much from here as we can and bring in as much money as we can. So yeah, back to the water tower. We're gonna do a couple more loads into here, and hopefully that'll be enough to keep it going for the rest of March, and maybe we can just fill it up each day and just keep it topped up and keep things running. So I've given it 2 more full loads of water, and we're just going to add a 3rd one, so we'll take this up to 8,000 litres. I have discovered that the valve on here is on a timer, so sometimes you'll get to loading it up and it will stop halfway through because the valve will have automatically stopped, which threw me off on the last load. This load we seem to have made it through before it closed and I had to reopen it again. So it's pretty good like that. I kind of wish you could open it and close it manually. That'd be quite nice. But I do like that there is a manual process to it. We are in a very good position here with this water though. By my reckoning, if we turn on and activate the production of all of the stuff here in the greenhouse, we should end up with needing about 4,000 litres per month. We are currently putting in, let's unload this, we're putting in about 8,000 to start. So when we jump out of here and go and have a look in here again, you can see that cycles per month, you get 1,500 from here, as we've established, 768 from the lettuce, but it's doubled, and then we get 1,500 from the strawberries as well. So we are looking, we're looking at having about 4,500 litres needed per month. We have 8,000 litres in here, so this should easily be enough for a little while to keep us going. Let's turn this on, and if I can put 2,000 litres ish in a day, this will keep nicely topped up as well, which should be good. So we're going to get production going on all of those and get a nice full greenhouse going, which is going to be great. It's going to be a really nice little earner, this, and hopefully we can pay back the 5,000 that we've used to buy the water tank, or 3,000. Yeah, the 5,000 loan that we used to get the water tank. And the rest pretty quickly. I'm going to park this water tank up here now and leave. Just leave this here. It's nicely out of the way. It's not doing us any harm, and we don't need to worry about it in the farmyard. We need to move most of the stuff out of the farmyard to rebuild that area as well. So I'm keeping my eye on that. Now, do we have any seeds in our seeder? Do we have enough to actually get this grass field sown today? Is the question that I've really got. And I think we probably... I don't think I need weights on the front. We kind of established weights are not a big thing that we need. So let's just reverse this up. hook this up and see if we have any seeds left over. We do, which is great news. Hopefully 313 liters is going to be enough. So let's switch over to the grass. And then we can go and get that planted. And the thing is, going into into April, we're then going to be planting the sorghum and getting that sorted. So it's really a case of it's going to be a fair amount of planting now, and getting the farm set up and ready for the year ahead. Preferably while we have some money coming in, but that's kind of the trick at the moment, is making sure that we keep enough money coming in. Now, I'm not going to do this headland area of the field here, down that side there, until we coming to the end. So we're going to start over here. We'll start this up, drop it down, and yeah, pretty sure this is grass I'm putting in here. I hope it is, because if it's not, it's going to be a very big bit of egg on my face. Now, one of the big reasons why I didn't want to have this field as an arable field is because of its shape. It is such an awkward shape. This field just does not work for me as an arable field at all. The end bit here isn't too bad, but it's when it starts going off into it's sort of like two rectangles have been smushed together the way we've created this field. And as a result, I'm not overly keen about how it works. There we go. So we're sort of doing this rectangle here, and then as you get into the next bit of the field, it kind of wants to go a different direction. So it begins to curve around a bit and begins to become a little more difficult to work. We could, as I said many times, or several times before, we could take that tree out, get the bump out, and you could actually take about 3 or 4 trees out of the back of that woodland there, and sort of square this field up a bit. It's not something I feel is necessary at the moment. Getting a bigger and bigger headland down here. But it's something that I think we may end up doing at some point as our farm expands. We just need this at the moment because when we get the sheep, we're going to need some way of creating hay for them before we expand the farm and cut more grass to then create more arable fields with. So this is why we've got this as a grass field here. I'm going to try and use its awkward shape to my advantage, but I don't know how well that will work. But we are getting it in. We're getting it in almost as early as we can. We could have planted it last time and been a little better, but we're okay, and we're doing well, and everything is going as well as can be expected, which is good. As I was mentioning before, this is probably the point at which I'd want to take the extra trees out. Go straight across there and sort of get that kink out of the field to make things a bit easier. However, it's not been horrible to seed this. It's worked fairly well. We are leaving an extra big headland area down here just because it's easier to go straight up and down this section rather than, again, have a kink sitting out of it and getting it all a little bit harder to work. We do have a headland, a single width headland around the field, pretty much. I've been trying to preserve that a bit and keep that working around there for us. And yeah, it should all work well and go pretty well. Actually, I'm thinking about it now. I'm wondering if taking those trees out would be a great way for us to get the extra 5,000 that we need to pay for the money we've borrowed today and and get things back on track might work really, really well for us. And hadn't considered that, which is not great. So yeah, that might be the way to go. Let us know in the comments if you think that would be a good idea. Just knock out those 3-4 trees along there, get those sold, and see if that's a good way to pay things off. I would really like to know your thoughts on that. I don't want to do a lot of forestry on here, but a little bit of forestry to pay for some of our stuff on our farm would be pretty good. Especially we do have the chainsaw, and we do have, well, we've got our little truck and we've got a flatbed, so we can probably cover most of it. Right, let's bring that back around there. And look, that's going fairly well. So it would be, let's just stop here. So coming from this corner here straight across, yeah, you can see you'd go straight across here, take out this tree and take out that tree, and just go straight across there to open this up a little bit. Or you could actually, you could leave those trees in and just go right up to them. So skirt the edge of it there like that and just take this one out. So either way, I think it's a feasible way of doing things. Make sure we don't leave any patches. But we'd need to probably do it in the next couple of videos. So yeah, we'll have a think about it. I'm trying to record a little bit further ahead. But I would like to know your feedback anyway. Whichever way I go about this would be cool. Right, I think we're a little bit wider at this end. So I'm going to have to do a couple of headlands here. We still have a ton of seeds, which is absolutely brilliant. Somebody did say after last video, oh, I should have bought the big bags. You'd have had fertilizer left over. We ran out of money. We needed to spend for the smaller amount because we didn't have the money to do with the bigger bag, as was evidenced by the end of the video. However, as things turned out, it didn't quite work out for us how I'd liked it to. Right, back down this way, and I'm going to go around this rock, and then we'll get the other headland done. It worked much better to take this this long strip this side of the rock just as one big headland. Again, not something that would have suited us very well if this had been an arable field, but doing it as a grass field, it should work pretty well for us, and allow us to work the field fairly well, especially with the new setup we're looking at using. I'm looking forward to doing the whole the whole mower on the front, because so many of you have been requesting that I put that mower on the front. So when we do the next set, we're either going to do mower on the front and tedder on the back for hay, or mower on the front and windrower on the back for when we're doing silage. Both should work well. Both should be well within the horsepower of this tractor. And yeah, just should work really well for us. And then I don't want to do mower on the front and baler on the back. To me, I have not yet found at any point anyone who does that in real life. If anybody does have a video or anything, drop it into the Discord. Let me see it, because yeah, I just cannot find any real world examples of that at all. We have got our grass seeded. It has worked well. Yeah, that was our grass, which is good. As I said, egg on my face if that hadn't been grass. And we can get this over here. And I think what I might do is just, we've got, I think we might put some tarmac or something down in our shed quickly today while we're here, and can get this done. So back into our build menu, landscaping, painting, getting under here. This is where the fun is going to be, because I can't get at the right angle to look under that shed. So we've got concrete at the moment. I think I might try and put some asphalt under there. So I want that. I want to change my shape. I want to enlarge my shape and see how much under here we can get. We can always repair the edges outside, but I think we've done fairly well, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll make that smaller now. So reduce that down. We'll square off this edge a bit. Give ourselves some grass back down the back here. I want to be careful not to delete out any sheds or bit. And we are spending a little bit of that money, but while we've got it here, we might as well use it. There we go. And then plants. That's a bush. That is grass. Just put the grass back in. Again, change the shape. Perfect. Happy with that. Right, and then we'll do the same thing down here. So painting, asphalt, there. Enlarge it. Oh, no. Grass. I want to even that up down the side here. Again, I don't want... I'm going to have that as a pad separate from our shed. Like so. Good. Clear that up a little bit. There we go. And then we'll plant some plants. It always keeps defaulting back to that square. There we go. And then we can put some around here as well. So that. Perfect. Right. So having done that, I want to put a bit more asphalt down. Enlarge it a bit. There we go. And we'll take that right out to here. Like so. And we'll give it a little bit in front of our shed here. Just out a little bit here. And this is where I need to move out of the way again. We've got asphalt over here as well. Right. And back in. Construction menu. Landscaping. And just building our farm. Right. There we are. Right. So then we're going to bring it out here as well. And the problem I got, can I get it under my equipment? That would be good. Trying to get a nice straight line around there. And then the rest of this, I kind of want to fill in with some dirt. So we've got dirt there. I'm going to enlarge that. And we'll bring this round. And that round there like that. If I can keep... Oh, and we're out of money. There we go. So we've spent all our money. We've run out. We've not quite got everything where we want to. But now we can go and rearrange things a little bit. And make our yard a little bit clearer. Hopefully, we'll start selling some stuff soon. And making a bit more money. Because... we really, really need to finish off doing things in this shed and in this yard. but we have got ourselves nicely set up at this point. So put that there. We'll then go and grab this. We need to move some stuff out of the way. So at the moment, a lot of it is in the way. Right, I'm going to move some stuff around the yard, and I'll show you where I've decided where everything will go. So I've been around the farmyard, and I have collected up most of the equipment from around, and we are nicely settled in. We have got a couple of little more bits we can do. In fact, I can go and sell that weight. If we can get rid of that, that will give us a little bit more money and allow us to finish off our farmyard here around our barn and just get this little bit of grass that's still kicking around in the middle of it out of the way. So I'm just going to park the mower over here out the way. I'll just get rid of this little bit of grass in this corner as well. I'll drop that down there. We actually have space to enlarge this yard later as well. And I think that's going to be something that we do. Is both the yard, both our farmyard and our house and everything are going to increase and change and improve over time as the farm expands. And it'd be quite a cool thing to see, I think. We'll have a nice setup from that on here. Actually, I'm going to put this in the shed. Can I squeeze around here? Yeah, there we go. So I've got most of my equipment in here now. Certainly the stuff that's a little bit more, well, I want to say delicate. But certainly the stuff that I think should be in the shed is now in the shed. The stuff that I think we can leave outside for now is outside. We're going to stick this on the back and take it down to the shop and get it sold. Next time, we are going to have to go and roller our grass field. We need to go and get the roller out on that and get that done because that's you know what we're going to need to do in order to get the most out of the grass. Otherwise, it's going to be rollering the grass and doing stuff with our greenhouse again and just trying to get the farm moving forward. So yeah, those two jobs aren't going to take us very long to do there. So it's going to be, we may have a look at what else we can do around the farm. It may be a case that I do get rid of those trees I was talking about earlier, expanding that grass field and sorting that out a bit. I'll have to do that before I do the other bits. But yeah, I think it might be one of those things that's worth doing. Right, there we go. Get our tractor well out of the way. We don't want to be selling this. We do want to be selling this though. And yeah, 947. Repair for 2. So as long as we get more than 976 for it, we'll be good. Yes. 977. It was worth it. We get extra £1. Right, let's sell that. Yes. There we go. £973 into our bank account. We can head back to the farm and very carefully get rid of those last couple of bits. And maybe, just maybe, we'll start next time in the black. So we're back at the farm, except I've run out of fuel. Oh, man. I could have refueled while I was down at the shop. Thankfully, we do have some fuel up here that we can deal with this and get this done. What an end. What a surprise. Although I'm betting that several of you were screaming out as this video was going on. Refuel your tractor, refuel your tractor. Because, yeah, this is what happens when you don't refuel your tractor. Oh, man. There we go. Get into the right gear with our truck and get our fuel up. We do have 238 litres in here, so we should be all right. How much is this going to take? There we go. 105 litres this little tractor takes. And, yeah, I can't believe I ran out of fuel. Well, I can believe I ran out of fuel. It happens on a fairly regular basis. And all I wanted to do was get this back to this shed and park it up. We are going to... I do want to put a fuel pump or a fuel tank here at some point. But I'm just going to park our tractor there. And now I need to go and put my truck back as well before I do my last little bit to start the engine up. And we'll spin it round and get it back to our house. That's a little bit mad. There we go. And this is why we have a portable fuel tank. There we go. Right, one last thing to do before we go today. One last little bit of construction, because I just want to get rid of this little bit of grass here and this little bit of grass here. So we want dirt. We want to enlarge this a bit. Yeah, it does take a fair bit to do that. Turn that down. There we go. And then I'm happier with that. What I would like to do, actually, just tidy that up a little bit. And take the size down there and tidy this up a little bit as well. There we go. That's pretty cool. I quite like that. It's still a little bit of a mishmash of a yard, but it's looking good. We've got our lime production facility we can be making money from soon. We've got our greenhouse up and running over there, and we've got our farm yard construction begun and looking rather nice. I'm quite happy with this at the moment. So this is where we're going to leave this for today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.